The 10 biggest robberies in history. Hi self-investors, welcome to Self Invested Millionaire, a society where we educate, inspire, and motivate. Today I will be talking about the 10 biggest robberies in history. But before we get started, subscribe to our channel to never miss any updates. So without any further delay, let's get started quickly. Robbery movies like 11 Arhats and Robbers in the City always attract audiences. The idea of getting rich overnight and planning and implementing a perfect robbery. Admit it, everyone secretly wanted to be one of them at some point. The following are the top 10 robberies that actually occurred. Number 1, the Dunbar armored robbery, $18.9 million. In 1997, 6 men achieved the greatest robbery in American history. Legit, yes. The director of the robbery is Ellen Pace, who turns out to be the worst safety inspector hired by the Dunbar armored truck. Pace completed the security camera at the Dunbar venue in Los Angeles so he could avoid them and chose 5 childhood friends to help him steal the vault. They broke in, attacked 2 guards during the lunch break, and paid $18.9 million to U-Haul. They almost ran out of time, except for the reckless thieves and lent some money to a friend instead of pulling out the first cash. Well, they pulled it off very smartly. Number 2, Hatton Garden Safe Theft, London. This robbery is like the plot in the movie 11 Arhats. Easter weekend, where 6 men cleverly robbed a piece of jewelry. After entering the roof, 2 men broke the elevator shaft on the 2nd floor and went down to the basement, where they found a safe full of jewelry. After destroying a highly complex security system, they used a heavy drill to drill a hole in a 1.8 meter thick reinforced concrete wall and enter the vault. To no surprise, it was well planned and premeditated. After 11 hours of working all night, these people finally left at 8 o'clock in the morning. Surprisingly, it was not found 2 days later, and they robbed more than 200 million euros. Doubting thought this would be one of the largest unsolved robberies in history. But then the London police agency arrested 9 men in connection with the robbery. Besides, the connection seems interrelated, but the evidence has not been captured yet. This genuinely remains unsolved robberies in history. Number 3, British Middle East Bank, $206 million, Beirut. Starting with this one, when in the 1970s, Beirut was in the midst of a civil war. That was the time the only opportunity for Yasser Arafat. He did find an excellent opportunity in the chaos and seized a large sum of money for his Palestine Liberation Organization. Of course, Yasser Arafat has a sharp mind. On January 20, 1976, the PLO blew up a wall shared with a Catholic church and entered the British Middle East Bank. With the help of a Corsican locksmith, the gang pried open the vault and stole all the gold bars, cash, stocks, and jewelry inside. To be precise, it was all in bulk. Before being shipped out of this country, the goods had to be transported by truck to a cargo plane. Smart find with smart clan. Number 4, SMBC London robbery, €229 million, London. The big man, the sharp brain Hugh Broadley, 61, from Gloucestershire, is believed to be the mastermind of the conspiracy. Wanting to make a bigger deal and calling it the $1 million theft, Hugh Broadley hired a group of hackers to set up offshore accounts in multiple countries. The group issued transfer instructions to banks that were supposed to transfer large amounts of funds to Spain, Dubai, Hong Kong, Turkey, and Israel. Unfortunately, they made a mistake in filling out the documents and were eventually arrested, resulting in Hugh Broadley's sharp mind plan going down in vain. Number 5, Dar es Salaam Bank robbery, $282 million, Baghdad. Baghdad, July 11. In a panic, defenders of the bank here rallied with more than $1/3 dollars. In 2007, several guards from Dar es Salaam Bank stole more than $250 million. When the day shift workers arrived at the bank that morning, they found that the door of the bank was unlocked and the vault was empty. The robbery, worth $282 million by Dar es Salaam, a private finance company, asked more questions than he could answer, and police were tightened on the crime. Local police say 2 police officers stole it, but an Interior Ministry official said 3 police officers were involved. Both claimed the money was stolen in US dollars, not Iraqi dinars. It is not clear why the bank had so much money on hand or how the thieves managed to move to more undetected areas. Several staff members speculated that the robbers had links to the military, as it would have been difficult for them to move around without being interrogated by various inspections in Baghdad. Number 6. Bond robbery, 292 million euros, London. One night in 1990, the messenger, the 58-year-old money broker Shepherds, was robbed with a knife. The sender brought the short-term treasury bills of the Bank of England and the time deposit certificates of the bank and the building society. The looters took away 301 treasury bills and certificates worth about €1, a total of 292 million euros. 5 people were charged for robbing and handling bonds. It is believed that the robbery was instigated by a man named Patrick Thomas, a little liar in South London. Before he was charged, he was found dead after being shot in the head. The London police and the FBI managed to recover 2 of the 301 bonds. Number 7. Gardner Museum robbery, $500 million, Boston. At 1:24 a.m. on March 18, 1990, just as the city was immersed in the St. Patrick's Day celebrations, a pair of thieves dressed as Boston police rang the doorbell and came to the museum and said, "It's the police, let us go in." After the thieves entered the museum, they said to a security guard, "You look familiar. We have a search warrant for non-performance." He was ordered to stand against the wall and put on handcuffs. The second security guard was arrested as soon as he arrived. When he asked why he was arrested, the thief replied, "You are not arrested. This is a robbery." They stole 13 artworks with a total value of $500 million. The case has not been solved so far. Number 8. Russian hackers, $1 billion. International. A Russian hacker group has stolen approximately $1 billion from banks in the past 2 years. Hackers use a variety of techniques to enter the banking system, understand the operation of the bank, and then use this knowledge to transfer funds through fake accounts, even write ATMs to transfer funds at specific times. This hacker group has never stolen more than $10 million from one bank and then transferred it to another bank. The target is more than 100 banks in 30 countries. This group has not been caught until today. Number 9. Robbery at the Central Bank of Iraq, $1 billion, Iraq. In the first few hours of the Iraq War, Saddam Hussein ordered his son and a close advisor to take away $1 million from the Central Bank of Iraq, which would become the largest bank robbery in history. As American bombers prepare to drop the first bomb of the Iraq War, Saddam needs to obtain sufficient funds to ensure his survival. He gave his son and his trusted advisor a handwritten note and signature to authorize a group of workers to load the $1 billion in the bank onto a trailer, which took 2 hours to complete. Number 10. Stefan Bretweiser, $1.4 billion, Europe. Stefan is a French waiter who stole 239 works of art worth a total of $1.4 billion. Stefan is unique in that he is not stealing things to make money, but he considers himself a connoisseur, stealing things only for collecting. In 6 years, while traveling as a waiter in Europe, he stole from 172 museums. He put the stolen artwork in his mother's bedroom. He was arrested in 2001 and was only sentenced to 3 years in prison. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit like and subscribe to our channel, Self Invested Millionaire. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section.